Welcome back. I feel like I usually have something to say about a game whenever I come back to it after not having played it for a week, but not this time I don't think. I don't remember how to play the game. Mind you. That's how we shoot things. That's how you slap things. Okay. That's how you switch things. I noticed, I think, I don't know if this weapon has a name. You can't see the names of weapons? Quit yourself. You can't see the names of weapons, it seems like, after having bought them. But this weapon was bought from the beginning. Okay, we're gonna need to do a little bit better than this. After not having played the game for a while. These things are too fast. I wish I could attack them as they charge me. This thing is pretty powerful now. And it's not gonna get any more powerful, unfortunately. I mean, if you prefer one weapon overall, then unfortunately it seems like your progression is pretty brief, because you just... Nice, is that a reference to the Reef Floor episode? Squidward's face there. It seems like... Oh, they're stored at the gizmo shops too. That makes sense. It seems like you just get enough sprockets for that one upgrade, or for fully upgrading that one weapon, and then everything's good. Beautiful. What did I want to upgrade next? I think it was... Yes, the shotgun, basically. We can at least make it do more damage with the Reef Blower, and more damage again. I'm curious if it has anything more interesting later. This is the bubblegum launcher. I forgot its name earlier, so I looked into it again. By that I mean, I reviewed the footage. This one, I'm still not sure what it does that's special without having been upgraded. It sounds like it has some kind of multiplier or something. Maybe it's a scatter shot, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just like rapid fire, I'm not sure. If you upgrade it, I should upgrade that at some point just to see what it does. Oops. Because right now it seems like a totally normal weapon. That's to say, it doesn't seem to have any gimmicks. Yeah, this thing's real strong. Jeez. Well, I still need to remember too that I can activate my superpower that I'm not actually sure as to the effect of. I don't know if I can reliably jump over these things when they're active. I'm really bummed that picking up batteries while you're in special mode does not seem to extend it. Regardless, let's do this. I'm really amused that they just sped up using the show. I'm still not sure what it actually does, to be perfectly honest. I don't feel like I do more damage. Of course, I'm doing a lot of damage already anyways. But also, I generally destroy enemies in one or so hits anyways. Thank you for that. There must be some point somewhere where you can get out of the bounds or something by jumping on a gate like that. There's also a case, actually, it felt like earlier, in the same area, where right before the gadget station I could have stood on this as it rose up, because I was able to stand on it, and then once I went past it, it looked like it went back up. I could probably jump back on this as it was raising. Apparently some of this music is content ID'd in this game. That's real nice. It's always a real fun adventure when that happens. Games with licensed music are the worst for uploading to YouTube, because some of that music, I need to stay on top of what music gets played. Like, I either need to disable some music in the game if I can, or I need to actually mute certain parts of the video or something, because otherwise the whole video will get muted.
Take this, robo-loser!
I mean, if there's anything that YouTube's become more permissive in, to be perfectly honest, it's the whole third-party music thing, though. It used to be if any music at all got content ID'd, your whole video would get muted no matter what. Of course, getting on content ID was less reliable back then anyways.
Take this,
And it's also
Robo
easier to
loser.
do things like just talking over the music the whole time. And unless somebody reported it, it would never get... It would never make a difference. Your video could have it, no problem. But that also could mean, though, that you could have a video up for like a year and then somebody reports it and that you lose audio on that video. But nowadays, usually what happens, and I emphasize usually, what happens is you just... I like the small little propeller on the side here. It's gonna move this whole platform. Usually what happens is you just have adverts showing on your video from whoever, I would say owns the music, but whoever owns the rights to it, let's say, is a better way of saying it. But some songs in this game, or some songs on YouTube in general, still get your video automatically muted. Interestingly though, it seems, if a song is in your video and it doesn't get content ID'd immediately as it's uploaded, it as a result does not get muted, but then it gets content claimed later by someone, it seems like it will not get muted, it'll just have adverts put on it. So for instance, I have some games in the, or like SSX3 or like especially Lego Star Wars. SSX3 has a bunch of licensed music. Lego Star Wars 2 is the one that I played. That one has as well a bunch of music that is super licensed, one might say, from the Star Wars soundtrack. And any of that, if YouTube picks up on it, it usually mutes your video. And in a few cases I managed to get away with it just by talking over it and whatnot. And when later eventually got content claimed anyways, by someone manually flagging it, I guess, then instead of getting muted, it just got adverts placed on it. That was the one thing YouTube is more permissive about nowadays. Anyways, I don't know how interested people are in such things when they're watching Spongebob videos, to be honest. It's simply something that occurred to me. I didn't use this at all, and I'm going to upgrade it more. Why not? Whoops. Just more damage. I mean, that's really all you want. Maybe it'll actually be useful if I can upgrade it that much. It's still short range. It's still pretty situational. But I imagine in the rare occasion that you get yourself in a big Barracuda Boulevard. Okay. In the rare occasion that you find yourself... I wish there was a more convenient way to choose a weapon that I want. And as is, I'm one-shotting everything anyways. So I don't think that damage really matters beyond here. I feel like it's a little bit too rare to actually have enemies... Ooh, that was nice. Enemies around you. Or opposite of that. Enemies just on one side of you that are all clumped together that you can hit with this weapon. Usually enemies crowd you, in which case it's great to do a ground pound. Because that has a range around you, and it's everything around you instead.
Time to end this fiasco.
Yeah, I think we're far from that, Squiddy. But still not super practical for some purposes, unfortunately, the reef blower. I do want to see if it's nice for close quarters, though, because I get the impression it's very specialized, so if I give this game some credit and assume that it's actually well balanced and whatnot, that reef blower might be really good in certain situations. Or that might be wishful thinking. Sometimes turrets respawn, sometimes they don't. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to seeing ships, so... Oh.
Score one for me.
Stuff like that, I guess, is when you want to use it. But difficulty is that it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all weapon. That's why I said to myself I want to try to use it, because maybe since it's not very good at every situation, it'll be really good at the few situations that it is useful for. I have no idea how true that actually is. And right now, It already one-shots everything that I
Success.
get crowded by. Maybe we'll have enemies later on that... Oh. Maybe I could one-shot those enemies if I had this fully upgraded, I'm not sure. But for the most part, it doesn't feel like I'd get much more benefit from upgrading this any further. Kelpo? Of all the things to make a health upgrade in a Spongebob game, why Kelpo?
Aye.
Unfortunately, mashing the button does not make you increase your rate of fire at all. If you could figure out a way to increase your rate of fire in this game, or just like cancel the recharge, like this. I don't know if I'm curious if your rate of fire is reset for every weapon separately. I wonder if a really powerful thing you can do is having only 2 weapons. Say crabs. I haven't bought anything for him, have I? No. Unfortunately, I don't have enough for the reef blower. Have I upgraded anything with Spongebob? No. So let's see. If I buy the reef blower, could I? No. Every weapon has its own recharge timer. That's really interesting. I want to see if I cycle through weapons I could reset the recharge timer for the reef blower. If I could, that would actually be a real nice game breaker. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case. That's a lot of money for that last one, though. Jeez. I might not even bother with that last upgrade. Although that's a so that's from 200% damage to 270% damage. That's like a 35, well, yeah, like a 35% increase in damage, I think. It's not actually that huge, especially for how much it costs. I might go for this thing, that tuning fork next, just to see what it is. Eventually I'll probably just use this as my last weapon though. Just because I like it. It seems like a nice general purpose weapon. Of course, so does the weapon I'm already using.
Why did you pick me? I mean, really?
Because you hate it, Squiddy. This thing, whatever it is, seems fun already. For everything. See, I'm just one-shotting everything anyways. Like, I realize I can hit more than one enemy at once with the reef blower, but yeah, I'm still one-shotting everything anyways with a higher rate of fire. Why not just use the higher rate of fire weapon? This is not the sort of music I expect to hear in Rock Bottom, guys. Or even a SpongeBob game. Why is everything all big band lately? Seems like a Mario game. It's not that I've really seen much of any of them, admittedly, because I don't play new games. But from what little I've seen of like the Mario Kart 8 soundtrack, for instance, it seems like everything's all like big band stuff lately. Of course, I've been hearing a lot of that lately too, because I've been playing Fairly Odd Parents games, which, I mean, in their defense, were from the beginning always adorned with that kind of soundtrack. I never much enjoyed it myself, so I noticed it in particular. I think myself, why is everyone doing this? Trains are the worst things if you don't like them, but if you do like them, they're pretty cool. Anyways, what's on the other side of rope rule number 47? We've gone through a lot of them. We'll find out next time. Everyone.